settle in for a night at the theater. The stage is set, the broader script's written, but your choices shape how other characters react to you. You can lose friends, respect, and the moral high ground. Can't lose the game. You're the star, playing our three main characters. Blogger Romana T, print reporter Jack Bellet, and detective Casey Gaddis. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prologue Theater welcomes you to this production. Please, no videos or flash photography. Enjoy the show. Another beautiful Florida sunset, tainted by a dangling corpse. The local Cypress Knee elections and Founders Day fest same attention as a dead Hollywood star. Tag Kern, found dead by the janitor at Chief Roadside's Wonderland. It's a horrible job on the best of days.
Shit, not again.
Meanwhile, on I-95, Romana T, stuck in traffic, dodging her editor, hunting for a last chance.
Not much else to do while the traffic crawls.
So young and soon to be so unemployed.
Boing boing cartoon sound effects. Just the right touch. It saved my ass with Lenny.
The traffic doesn't seem to be in any hurry to break gridlock.
I don't want to talk to him. He'll yell at me. Maybe fire me. Not now. Lenny can go screw himself.
on a team, better known as Phaedra. Top blogger at FanRage for the past 3 years. And you're only 20.
Not bad on the Kardashian fame scale.
On the Homeland Security scale, I'm pewter.
You've been in the thick of the current story.
I always wanted to be a surfboard waxer in Madagascar, but my complexion's better for blogging.
Good gig?
Couldn't stab a frog with it.
We've got some questions.
Not a lot of people left to give answers.
That's on you,
I had help.
Why'd you get sacked?
I took money from a source to publicize their product on the blog. My boss found out.
Your editor must have been furious.
Never call him a furry to his face.
So, that's what it takes to lose a job you can do in pajamas.
Let's start from the top. You were in traffic outside Jacksonville 2 days ago when you heard the news, right?
Another dead actor. Tad Kern killed himself, they said. But that wasn't even the real story. "3 years I've been blogging for FanRage. Guess Kern's death is my last hurrah. Or maybe it saves my job. Or lands me a new one somewhere else. I remember hearing about an incestuous family living in an old school bus here once. Headlines back in 2004 talked about Aunt Mom and Uncle Dad. Hi, Lenny.
So you don't just answer for the highest bidder. That's great news.
I'll make that a Kickstarter stretch goal next time.
Might come as a surprise to you, but FanRage does have some ethical standards.
Won't happen again.
You screwed up before, but never anything of this magnitude.
Go big or go home, yeah?
You're on your ninth life, kitty. Tell me, how you plan to justify your phony baloney job now?
I'm at ground zero for the death of Tad Kern.
Get something online soon. Make it good. And no more mistakes.
Close-up of a cat with glowing red eyes. Soon.
Don't support the tyranny of institutional racism. Chief Roadsides is a culturally insensitive relic.
It's tacky, sure, but it's mostly harmless.
How can you say it's harmless? It depicts Native Americans with demeaning stereotypes.
If you weep a single tear when you say that, I bet it'd be super effective.
Seriously?
I'm here about Tad Kern anyway.
Oh, right. You're that blogger, Phaedra. I read your stuff. Am I the only person in this country who didn't hate Meacham?
What's with the fancy motor coach?
Those folks are with the Church of Us. You know, the weists. Kern was one of them.
Maybe they can tell me more.
Maybe. Or maybe they'll try to brainwash you into joining their crazy cult.
I'm not worried about that. Never been much of a joiner.
You're a prismatic, at the very least.
It's the hair, right?
Really, I was talking about your eyes.
Thanks. You should see them when they're bloodshot.
I'd be fascinated to see how you fare on the opto-levels test.
And up to who?
The test measures your status within the Church of Us. The lowest possible level is primordial. The highest rank one may attain is dark matter.
Gotcha.
Will you take the test? It's a one-time offer, I'm afraid.
I don't think so.
Huh. Guess the boss was wrong about you. That doesn't happen a lot. He'll catch up with you later to talk about Kern.
Does he take special pills for that?
Later, Phaedra.
All right. Time to chat with the man who found Kern dangling from that tower.
I watched Apollo 11 launch from that tower back when I was your age.
That rocket must have been really small to fit on that tower before launch.
You should have seen the guys inside.
Can you confirm that the man hanging from the tower tonight was Tad Kern?
Sure looked like him. Had a wallet with his driver's license inside, too.
Was Kern alone?
Nope, he was here with some folks from the Red Eclipse movie studio. Location filming, I think.
Was the death scene a pain to clean up?
Hey, it could have been worse. At least he didn't jump, For Christ's shotgun.
Any idea why Kern killed himself?
Have you seen his latest movies?
Did Kern scream at the last second? Like, maybe he changed his mind?
That's a morbid question. But no, he didn't scream. Not that I heard.
Are the Red Eclipse folks still here?
I think so. Last I saw, they were hanging out at Hungry Chief's.
Really? They're just sitting around some dusty, greasy spoon?
Hey, some people drown their sorrows in a bottle of beer. Others gorge on Scout burgers and supersized sodas.
Those people should count their blessings and their calories.
Remy bet you didn't know. You can't put a convenience store close to a supermarket in Indonesia.
Do I look Canadian?
Fair question. Wily Canadians, their clever disguises.
Have fun storming the castle! Better get what I can to the blog before Lenny pops an aneurysm.
How much do you plan to charge me for a little good press here, Miss T?
I take Bitcoin, but I'm really in the market for info on Kern's demise.
We're all upset about it. I wish I'd known he was hurting so badly.
If you finish this movie without Kern, do you think anyone will notice?
Sure. Pick on the short dead guy. Yeah, Tag still had a lot of fame. You know it too. You wouldn't give a shit about being here otherwise. Anyway, I was curious about something. Saw your post. It wasn't as sensationalized as I expected. Sympathy from you is surprising.
Good talk. Sometimes I think ZTN gave you a raw deal when they called you Hollywood's emptiest suit.
Remy bet you didn't know all Spanish moss comes from one ancient dude's beard. He chased a girl up a tree.
Wait. Didn't I just see you over at the Fun and Fuel?
Remy gets around.
Does the menu offer vegan options?
No, man. Just me.
You saw Kern before he died, didn't you?
Sure did. Served him a Scout Burger special. Fresh meat and everything. He ate like a hungry raccoon.
Did Kern seem upset? Depressed? Angry?
Remy might have made him a little mad. Told him how awful Meacham was.
I hear that a lot.
Might be mean, but it's true. Oh, by the way, Remy heard Cordray talking about you. He wanted a word.
I can't believe this is happening.
What's it like, being with a guy who's so tiny? Does he keep falling off? Did that make him sad?
We weren't physical. Not lately. He said he wanted some space to maximize his opto levels.
Why'd Kern want to kill himself?
That's the thing. He wasn't depressed or anything. He really liked where the new project was going. And since you're here...
Yes?
I appreciate what you posted earlier. Respectful.
I feel closer to you now.
It's such a tragedy. What happened to your mother? She deserved better.
I want information about Tad Kern. Leave her out of this.
I can tell you that he held a ranking of dark matter. A rarity among those in the Church of...
How big is the Church of Us?
We've got 6 million members worldwide at last count, growing every day. Such a pleasing sight. Sadly, I can only begin to express the depths of my disappointment.
So, if a weist offs himself, what does that do to his opto levels? Does he take a penalty?
Mr. Kern suffers no posthumous loss of standing in the Church of Us.
Is it possible to lose standing?
Certainly. However, we do not divulge such internal affairs to outsiders.
I've heard secrets cause ulcers. Mixed opinions about Kern's death, obviously. Miller, the movie director, claimed Kern was depressed. Tina Gray thought Kern seemed happy. Remy seemed mostly neutral, except when it came to Meacham. Miller didn't think Kern had an appetite, but Remy described a pretty big last meal. And what's the deal with creepy Gordon Cordray? Might have to call her about him. Surprise! First call home in a couple of years.
Tell us about this source of yours, the one who calls himself Anonymous.
I'm not sure. Might be you, for all I know.
Do you realize how much trouble you've caused?
Oh, I'm just getting started.
Earlier, at Trail's End in Cypress Knee, another death investigation.
Normally, I'd never bring Reggie to a scene with a dead body. It's my night with him, though, and I'm a reporter. This is my job. Just hope the ex-wife doesn't get wind of it. I also hope it doesn't scar him.
Is that man really dead, Daddy?
Don't touch anything. Wait here while I talk to Ozzy.
Okay, but then ice cream. You promised.
Evening, Jack.
Hey, Ozzy, tell me the news.
Mr. Swayhill here tried to bore a hole in his engine block with a .22 caliber pistol. Ricochet, right through the left eye.
Natural selection at work, ladies and gentlemen.
I know, right?
Anything else?
About Swayhill, no. But I was curious. What brought you back to Cypress Knee? I figured you'd be on to much bigger things.
Not like you went anywhere, ever.
Hang on a second there, Jack. Sounds like we got another dangler at Chief Roadsides. Someone famous. Might be Beaver.
Jackson Lawrence Bellet, you brought our son to a crime scene?
Get off my ass, Tamara.
Don't take that tone with me, Jack. I'll get shared custody revoked.
Don't push me too far. I've got limits.
Yeah, right.
We're better than this, Tam. If you want to win, you win. I just want to stay in Reggie's life.
Not sure that's a good idea.
Try to take him if you want. Truth's going to win out this time.
Whatever, Jack. You've turned into such a disappointment. I keep hoping you'll turn it around. Maybe not for me, but for your son.
Speaking of Reggie, I've got to check out this other dead body call over at Chief Roadsides.
It's your night with him. I've got clients here looking at mobile home rental options.
I can only imagine how much that taxes your vast real estate expertise.
Fine. You'll own it.
That never changes. Chief Roadside's Wonderland suffers from a double-edged fact. It is and isn't what it used to be. The Silloway family built this place in the 1960s. Back then, white folks really didn't think twice about whether they offended other cultures. Now, the Wonderland's an appalling relic. Most motorists zoom right by, never giving a second look. Of course, all it takes is one suicidal Hollywood has-been to wake up this tacky little tourist trap.
Some people don't give a possum's pecker whether Tad Kern's alive or dead. We got bigger problems.
Mr. Gallant, glad to see you're alive and well. Could I ask a few questions for the notice?
I'll answer any questions you got about the Golden Cypress project across the road.
Just give me the bottom line, please.
They're pumping natural gas from below Cypress Swamp for a big development project. They want to run a pipeline through my house.
I've written about that project. Homes, shops, movie theater. It'll be much better for the local economy than cheap roadsides.
Sure, good for the economy, maybe. Environment's not going to fare so well.
Look, thanks for your time, but I really should talk to someone about Kern.
Don't be an irresponsible jackass. I can point you to proof of government malfeasance right here at Chief Roadsides.
All right, Mr. Gallant. What's the proof?
Go see who's parked outside the Mohawk Inn. It'll be interesting. I guarantee it.
I'll humor you this one time.
In the parking lot of the Mohawk Inn, you spy an official town car from Cypress Knee. Closer inspection suggests it's the town car assigned to Gary Buckingham, chairman of the Cypress Knee Council.
Guess Gallant was right. Time to find a wayward town official at the motel.
The Gallant property's an obstacle.
Eminent domain's a tough nut to crack on this project.
That's their idea of pillow talk?
Tough, maybe, but not impossible, right?
It's possible. Expensive, though. We're not just fudging dates on a permit here.
That ought to go nicely with a front-page article.
We don't need housekeeping, Jim.
It's Jack Bellet from the Notice, Mr. Chairman.
Huh? Well, I guess you better come in then. What brings you to Chief Roadsides?
Good question. Not much of a hangout for locals, usually. Fancy seeing you here, and Eula.
Oh, no. I'm here alone.
Two people were talking in here, man and woman.
The senses play tricks out here by the highway.
I bet she's in the bathroom.
Windows jammed, Gary.
It's not what it looks like.
Looks like the town council chairman and the chief planning officer skulking around a sleazy motel.
Okay, so it is what it looks like, but it's not what you think.
You're hatching some scheme to get the gallant land through eminent domain.
Fine, it is what you think. But you can't prove it with circumcised evidence.
I think you mean circumstantial.
No, Eula, if I meant taking the long way round, I'd say that.
Oh, I think that's circumlocution.
It's got nothing to do with putting anybody in the electric chair. Anyway, Jack, how's the wife and kid?
Divorce is finalized. Tamara wants full custody of Reggie. So, just great.
Oh. Anyway, can we all agree this isn't newsworthy?
Keep in mind, I've got a photo of you two in this room together. That's enough to raise questions among the voters.
Evening, Jack. You're chumming with the rest of the sharks, huh?
Life could be worse. I could be mopping pigeon shit at Florida's least popular amusement park.
Nice thing about this shit job is I don't have to answer questions from second-rate print wretches.
Are you sure you're in the right place?
I ask myself that question a lot.
I'm sure you have many questions. Perhaps I can help you with deeper questions?
Good to know. But I'd like to talk about Kern.
What do you want to know?
Did you talk to Kern at all today?
Briefly. We had a counseling session this morning. Confidential, of course.
How long was Kern a weist?
Really, Mr. Bellet? Must you use the pejorative term? He was a member in good standing for 11 years.
Did Kern seem upset, depressed, anything that might suggest he was suicidal?
I can't offer specific details due to the confidential nature of our relationship. Is there anything else?
I'm done for now.
Mr. Bellet, perhaps you'd like to sit and take our test.
I'm not here to take some flaky test.
Then excuse me, I have pressing matters.
Well, took him long enough. Hey, Ross. I'm on the scene at Chief Roadsides.
Inmates running the asylum over there, or what?
The Kern story has been scooped, but I got a lead on government corruption.
Listen to me. If it bleeds, it leads. I want a story on Kern. Hell, I could even use some inches on Swale.
I know, but I caught Gary Buckingham and Eula Dean conspiring to seize land on the Golden Cypress deal.
Golden Cypress isn't news. I need an article ASAP. It better be something I want to read.
I hear you, boss. Oh, that was fast. Hi, boss.
What is your problem, Jack? You allergic to good sense?
I report the news.
I told you, Golden Cypress wasn't news. You asking to get fired?
No, boss.
Why are you hampering an FBI investigation?
What are you even talking about? I was only doing my job.
You could go to prison and face a major fine, Mr. Bellet.
I could lose my son. That'd be so much worse.
I was a hero. I saved lives. I had a badge. It meant something. I used to matter. Times change, Monroe. Left small town Florida. Got a job as a Hollywood cop turned private investigator. Pissed off the wrong people too many times. Now, I'm back in Florida. Can't even hold a job as a mall cop. Yeah, been a hard year. Caught the asshole slapping around his girlfriend, one of the cashiers. She took his side. Thanks, right? I used to matter. Not anymore. End of the road, Monroe. Don. Blast from the past.
Evening, KC. You still in Orlando?
For the moment. Why?
Got a job for you.
I'm in the middle of eating a bullet here, Don.
Who'd notice? Make yourself useful, KC.
What's the gig?
Tad Kern's dead. Killed himself up here in Cypress Knee. Your old stomping grounds, right?
Mystery solved, sounds like.
Red Eclipse Studios wants you to ask around, get a full account of what happened.
All right. On my way. Monroe, let's go home. Home. Not really sure what the word means anymore. But this Florida cracker town helped make me what I am today. Broken, desperate. A man on the edge of the abyss. Clutching for one last lifeline in this forgotten little town. Doubt you've heard of it. Until tonight, at least. Thanks to Tad Kern. If anything needs a major makeover, it's this tacky wonderland. Nothing magical about neon noise and offensive stereotypes. The corpse might still be warm, but something tells me those vultures from the Church of Us aren't far away. It's in the air. That stench of weest self-importance and smirking menace.
Ah, glad you could make it, KC.
I wouldn't pass up a chance for a getaway from the Orlando rat race. I need to decompress.
No way, really? I thought you were happy to go to Orlando and leave the Hollywood scene.
Let's cut to the chase so I can start the meter. Why does Red Eclipse want Kern's death looked at?
Look, the studio can't wait for the official police findings.
Why is that exactly?
A lot of money is at stake. Insurance claims need to be made ASAP. Frankly, we don't have faith in these Barney Fife types.
Bean counters. World comes to a standstill if their ledgers don't tally. Okay, I'll do what I do. Send you regular reports.
You and Donovan go back a ways, I hear.
Our relationship is largely based on someone getting paid.
Are you brawn or brains for hire?
Why? Which one turns you on the most?
Funny, Mr. Gaddis, but a lady never discloses her predilections prematurely.
Listen, the studio has got me looking into Kern's death. You mind answering some questions?
Well, that depends. You gonna be more interested in my sex life with Tag, like that fan rage bitch?
I don't put much stock in internet rumor. I prefer to get my own answers.
Good. I feel like no one really wants to know how I feel. Just what I can give them about Tag.
Why do you think Kern hanged himself?
I know he was happy. I have no idea. I can't believe he would do this.
Someone offed him?
Anything would be more believable.
Remy, bet you didn't know Genghis Khan kept a burger patty under his saddle all day.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Remy may answer, Remy may not.
What can you tell me? You see or hear anything unusual?
Remy tell Kern Meacham sucked. Remy helped him get 0 cabbages on stinkycabbage.com.
Kern probably heard that sort of thing all the time. I doubt he killed himself over that. I think it's time to make a report. Get paid. Let's do this.
Hey, wait. I know you.
Can't place the face. Sorry, sweetheart.
Janelle Teague. Does that name sound familiar?
Hard to forget. She spread her legs for the wrong guy. Big Hollywood scandal.
That's my mom, asshole.
You still know how to make a good first impression.
All those years in charm school.
Hard at work, then?
Save it, Don. Monroe and I are on the clock.
Keep up the good work. And quit ginning up your dog's expenses.
Hire me, you hire the dog. Cope.
Kid, you won't believe how glad I am to see you.
Who let you out of the swamp, JD?
Won't be much swamp left soon.
I'm here on a job investigating the death of Tag Kern. It's kind of a big deal to the movie studio.
Who gives a damn about another dead actor? They're destroying Cypress Swamp.
I need the income.
You didn't used to be all about the money.
I'll touch base with you later.
Casey, haven't seen you around these parts in a long, long time. That blogger's really giving my protest some traction.
Yeah, nice work finding the silver lining in Tag Kern's death.
Sad about the actor, but can't complain when it puts eyes on an important cause.
You keep in touch with anyone else from Heck High Class of '84?
Still got a few folks in town, sure. Some left and came back, like Jack Bellet. You back for good?
Maybe if I hang myself from that tower first.
Well, I heard heard you were coming to visit, but I scarcely believed you'd have the temerity to show your face.
I'm shocked you know the word temerity, Cordray.
I'm certain it would astonish you to learn how much I know that you do not, Mr. Gap.
Oh, I don't know. I figure the church has its tentacles in deeper than the NSA.
It's hard to forget all the damage you caused. A woman's life ruined, a successful man dead.
Gordo, your friend Conover messed around with an underage girl. I didn't cause the damage he did.
Keep telling yourself that, Mr. Gaddis.
Count on it.
You've been busy, Mr. Gaddis.
Yeah, well, no matter how much I try to be good, bad just sometimes finds a way, I guess.
You've nursed a grudge against the Church of Us for a long time, haven't you?
I guess it's a hobby.
All this over a movie mogul and an actress 20 years ago.
No, they hit closer to home when I was a kid, bankrupted my dad, bled him dry after they told him he was a quantum.
What's your plan after payback? After everything you've done? Are you satisfied?
Oh man, I'm just getting started.
After Hungry Chiefs, I made my way to the Mohawk Inn for a look at Kern's room. After talking to his friends, something just didn't sit right about the official story. I'm busy, Mom.
Got a call from Gordon.
Did I already win $1 million?
He's worried you're taking aim at the church with your online posts.
I'm sure the Church of Us can survive a couple of blog posts by little old me.
You never call.
Only so many hours in a day.
Come home soon.
I pretend the roads to California end in a chasm at the Continental Divide.
$50 a night, no pets, especially ferrets.
What's your beef against sleek rodents?
They're stinky, psychotic little fur monkeys, and they hide inside socks.
You know, the stink could just come with the socks.
What do you want?
I'm a blogger with fan rage. Maybe you've read my stuff? Phaedra? Anyway, hoping to look inside Tad Kern's room.
Yeah? Well, it's sealed off. You got as much chance as I do of visiting Taylor Swift's dressing room tonight.
Stick to women your own age, Gramps.
I'm old, little girl, ain't dead.
Did I mention I'm with fan rage, Mr. Silhouette?
I know who you are. My daughter reads your blarg thingy. Ain't like you cure cancer.
Can't we work a deal for me to see the room? I won't touch anything.
Not on your life. You're visiting. I live here.
Fine. Notice anything during Kern's stay here?
Well, I saw Kern and his little girlfriend arguing. I gather things weren't all pop and sizzle in the sack.
You're sure?
She called him a flaccid, passionless mattress lump. Could be I'm misinterpreting, but I'm mostly sure.
Thanks for your time.
Before you go, little girl, something else I should tell you.
What's that?
Everybody's all wrong about Kern. Didn't hang himself. He had help.
How do you know?
I was outside having a smoke when it happened. Saw two people up there. Looked like they were struggling.
Did you keep it to yourself or alert the police?
Chief Pendleton got the security camera footage from my computer after I told him.
Show me.
I wish I could. He took the hard drive.
any more heartless?
The post really speaks for itself.
That was taken out of context.
I can't wait to hear the framing that takes the sting out of that line.
Don't worry about that. Worry about the fact I'm hiring a lawyer.
Is he unfrozen?
I'll see you in court.
Sorry, miss. No one goes inside without proper authorization.
Don't you recognize me? I'm Phaedra from FanRage.
Sure. Saw your post about the troubled lovers. I'm sure it'll be all people gab about at the Founders Day Festival.
Party time in Palookaville?
Yep. The annual festival and town elections back to back. Keeps us busy.
So what gives?
I'm not at liberty to discuss details of an active criminal investigation.
Fine. Can I get a look inside Kern's motel room?
Not without proper authorization.
How do I get authorized?
You're media. I doubt you can get authorized. Proper law enforcement can contact the Cypress Knee Police Department and request a QR code for credentials.
That sounds like a major pain in the ass.
Like I said, Miss Teague, no authorization, no access.
Here is my stinking badge.
Wait, what? Seriously? Just like that?
Totally legit.
Well, whack me in the head with a gavel and call me a swamp ape. Okay, I guess.
Interesting.
How'd it feel, running into Casey Gaddis at Chief Roadside?
Just peachy. We're now pals on Instagram.
You believe Tina Gray was innocent?
Kern's post in the tablet didn't help her situation, but it wasn't enough to condemn her in the blog.
You didn't like Gordon Cordray much, did you?
Live and let live. I didn't care about him one way or another.
That's not what we heard.
I can't help what other people say.
We heard he talked down to you. Maybe hurt your feelings?
Why would I give him that kind of power?
What happened after you met Cordray the first time?
Wandered over to Hungry Chief's for a word with the movie studio folks about Kern.
My condolences.
Thanks, Chief Pendleton. Tag Kern meant a lot to the church and to me personally. It's a terrible loss.
We're going to bring whoever killed him to justice. Count on that.
No such thing as justice. My ex-wife's proof of that.
Tamara's not all bad, Jack. She's helping me and Lurleen find a new house. Anyway, I hear your boy's signing up for Little League.
Baseball's almost as pointless as golf.
Bite your tongue, Jack. It's a game chock full of tactics and strategy. He'll learn a lot if he makes the cut.
What the hell do you mean, if he makes the cut?
Try not to freak out, Jack. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should catch up with Ozzy and compare notes before we take our next step.
I appreciate your silence on the matter of my counseling sessions with Mr. Kern.
It's not the sort of thing normal folks care about.
Not quite on point, but I suppose it'll do. Really, it's for the best you refrain from taking our test. Undoubtedly, you'd have been disappointed.
Or maybe you'd try to claim your machine was broken when I kicked the test ass.
Why are you bothering me?
Tina Gray's not a member of your freak show, is she?
Our membership roster is confidential.
I wouldn't be so quick to knock that Golden Cypress project, Mr. Bellet.
It's going to ruin us. We won't recognize this town when it's all said and done.
You struck a really pervy tone with that article. I wanted a shower when I finished reading.
Have you noticed Gary Buckingham spending a lot of time here lately?
Can't say I have, no.
Tag and I were going to buy a house in Golden Cypress. We had plans.
He wanted to trade the glamorous life for a North Florida swamp town.
No reason Tag couldn't straddle two coasts. No reason he couldn't conquer the world. No reason except the church.
So what's really happening here, Miss Gray?
They're trying to make me take a fall because it's convenient. The truth's complicated.
Enlighten me.
I shouldn't. It'll just make things worse.
I'll protect you. I don't have to use your name.
That's sweet. And who protects you?
Remy, bet you didn't know Ted Bundy helped cops catch the Green River Killer.
I don't give a damn about dead serial killers.
You want anything else? Scout burger? Fries? Warm mayonnaise pie?
Have you noticed Gary Buckingham spending a lot of time here lately?
Remy doesn't think so.
So, not a lot of clandestine meetings at the Mohawk Inn.
Remy got lots to do. Remy not always watching what goes on at the motel.
Well, son of a bitch. Just one happy reunion after another in Chief Roadside's Wonderland.
You're not still pissed about high school, are you?
Really, I'm more angry about the jail time. You stuffed your drugs in my locker and let me take the fall.
Don't lay that rap on me, Casey. I paid the freight for my own mistakes. I'm not taking yours on, too.
It all comes back around, Jack. One way or another. Count on it.
Yeah?
Quit writing about that goddamn development. I'm deleting from the web and keeping out of print. Stop wasting your time.
I hear you, boss. It happened, not so far from here. About 30 years ago. I used a fake ID to buy a six-pack of Hoochers from the drive-through drink barn on County Road 39. That poor little girl never saw me coming. I swerved onto the shoulder in that tank of a Volvo. I didn't look back. Got home as fast as I could. And I told my parents that I'd hit a deer. Sometimes I wish I'd owned up to it. So here I am, back at the Mohawk Inn. Why rush back to the office to put the paper to bed? The more I chase the story Ross wants, the crankier I get. But he can kiss my pasty white ass if he thinks I'm going to ignore the real news in Cypress Knee. Maybe he'll fire me. Maybe that's okay. Or I could grab dinner at Jamal's taco truck and leave a stinky delivery on Ross's desk, along with my 2-word resignation note. Better dig a little more while I'm still employed. Let's see what Rutledge Silloway can offer in the way of news.
Evening, Jack. Ross got you working the Tad Kern story like everybody else?
Kern's the corpse of the hour.
Must suck for you, hunting sloppy seconds behind that blogger girl.
I just can't keep up.
Don't I know that feeling? More people go by here in a day than used to go by in a year. We're lucky if a dozen stop by to refuel or grab a snack.
Time passes us all by, and we're left munching dust and love bugs in its wake.
Sad to see you settling for some out-of-towners' scraps.
I'm more interested in what's going on with Golden Cypress.
How's that news? Everyone knows the development's coming.
Not everyone knows that Gary Buckingham and Eula Dean are conspiring to ram a pipeline through Cypress Swamp.
Now, Jack, you want to be careful going around with your mouth half-cocked like that.
I'm no fan of hiding the truth from the people.
If you say so. Depends on how you spin it. How's Ross feel about it?
He's waving me off every time I bring it up.
Maybe you should take the hint.
Hi, Ross. You get my story?
Yeah, Jack, I got no love for Silhouette, but Jesus, Jack.
What? I'm just writing the truth.
Picking a man when he's down ain't right.
Got it. Jesus, what a dick. Maybe he can have a tragic accident. I'll be happy to write about it. If anyone's got it worse than me in this world, it's gotta be Jim Larman. Got busted for statutory rape and drug charges after a cocaine-fueled night with a teenage girl.
I learned the hard way not to piss off the wrong woman. At least I lived to tell the tale.
Always good if you're still kicking to count the scars.
Tamara's still working you over with her claws, Jack?
Still. Doubt it's ever gonna end.
Not as long as you've got a kid together.
She just wants what's best for Reggie.
Yeah? What if she decides taking full custody is best for him?
I'd fight her to the bitter end. Looks like somebody finally escaped from the bathroom. Eula Dean, town planner for Cypress Knee, Gary Buckingham's co-conspirator. My editor's not going to like me pressing the Golden Cypress issue. I need answers, though.
I understand your concerns, Jack, but can't you see how good Golden Cypress would be for our town?
Good for some people in Cypress Knee. Everyone else needs to lube up.
Really, Jack, you're overreacting a smidge.
Jefferson Dean Gallant suffered enough, don't you think?
Mr. Gallant could benefit from Golden Cypress, too, if he'd just listen to reason.
Maybe the guy's not ready to live among regular folk again.
I hope we can count on your support going forward.
I'll support any plans you have for going straight to burning hell.
Jack Bellet, we must talk.
I can't wait to hear this guy raving about the evils of cheap roadsides again.
It's going to end in a cataclysm, Jack.
Everybody deals with their own personal apocalypse sometimes.
The spirits grow angrier. They will lay waste to the abominations that fester here.
If I were them, I'd be pissed too.
Flee, Jack Bellet. Take your family and escape this place while it remains within your power to do so.
Let's not go overboard with the melodrama.
When the time comes for regrets, remember, you were warned.
Roger that.
Oh, wow. Order, huh?
Let me guess. Fan rage blogger?
Must suck to be you.
I knew it was wrong at the time backing Jack's play. But who would it help turning him in? I couldn't stick my neck out. Past is past. Gotta wrap up this investigation, take the studio's money, and think about what's next. I'm still worried Miller's playing me.
I'm pretty sure Rut doesn't allow pets in his motel.
Guess that's an improvement over the restrictions this place had last century.
You're Casey Gaddis, right?
Sure feels like it most days.
I knew your daddy back in the day. Your mama, too.
Didn't you kick them out of the watch for trying to get a table for dinner among the white folk?
Just following my manager's rules at the time. Nothing personal.
Just business, huh?
Look, son, don't come round here grinding that old axe. Your people got those simple rights now.
I think you mean civil rights.
Ain't got nothing to do with some crazy lady with a bunch of personalities.
So Jefferson Dean Gallant tells me y'all want to knock down his house and tear up the swamp for a natural gas pipeline.
Our ex-mayor's a real drummer queen sometimes.
Don't you mean drama queen?
Ain't got nothing to do with seasickness.
Is Gallant telling the truth?
He's blowing it way out of context. I mean, yeah, his shack may suffer some structural indignity issues, but he can build another shack.
I suspect you meant structural integrity issues.
Ain't got nothing to do with insurance policies.
$50 a night, no pets. That means no dogs. No ferrets either.
I wouldn't want my dog to get fleas from your rooms.
Have we met?
Sort of. You set a cross on fire in my family's front yard back in the day.
I am an upstanding member of the Cypress Knee Chamber of Commerce. Never been in the Klan.
It was a windy night. You didn't wear a chin strap. The hood flew off.
Wasn't me, friend. Could have been my twin brother Doyle. He ran with that crowd before they made him mayor.
This big development across the road could boost Chief Roadsides.
Maybe. Might be the last nail in our coffin, too. Of course, they might buy me out. That'd be fine.
Hi, Mom.
Chief Calloway Getty. You're home for the first time in, what, 5 years? And I find out from Chief Pendleton's wife.
I meant to call. I got distracted. Sorry.
Your work's important. I'm just an old retired mama in an empty nest. Don't you worry about me.
I'm in town working the Tag Kern case.
So sad. A life cut short like that reminds me of your father. That damn church did him into.
I'm no fan of the Church of Us, but it might have been the spurned girlfriend who got him killed.
I'm off to the festival. Come find me when you get a break.
I won't leave town without seeing you.
Better not. You'll make your mama cry.
Don't worry.
Casey Gaddis, it's been way too long, man. Good to see you again.
You too, Ozzy. I miss our old tabletop gaming days.
You still play much Maps and Mischief?
Not since I was a kid.
If you want to move back, now's the time. Golden Cypress awaits.
Yeah, that project keeps coming up. Something special?
Everyone thinks it's going to turn Cypress Knee back into a boomtown.
Hope that works out.
Boss tells us you left this town a long time ago.
Boss thinks maybe you should have stayed left.
Yeah, well, Gordo might call the shots inside that ugly bus of yours, but he's got no authority out here.
Accidents can happen anywhere.
I'm not a big fan of bullies.
You've been warned, Gaddis.
Thanks for the pep talk, Tweedledee. I should probably make another report. Better check those receipts.
Yeah? Well, you're a fat-faced old man with a bad haircut.
I could use a better haircut.
Shut your face, geezer.
Careful, Jack. This kitty's got claws.
I don't have time for you geriatrics anyway. I'm taking a look at that tower.
Nothing to see there. Kern's at the morgue by now.
I'm going up there. For reasons. Shut up.
Really don't want to sleep in my car tonight. Definitely don't want a room at the Mohawk Inn. Not sure I can stomach my childhood bedroom.
Seriously?
Maybe the universe is trying to tell you something.
Never been a fan of following instructions. I'll just track down Remy and see if he can get me up that tower. Later, old dudes. The tower's gone dark. Probably because something's up there the bad guys don't want us to know. The truth might be the greatest scoop of my career. Maybe it was the greasy fast food I ate on the road last night. But I had such a nightmare. I tumbled through a bottomless abyss. And I fell until I jerked awake.
Remy bet you didn't know bedbugs squirt anesthetic when they chomp on you.
That's about as appetizing as sniffing a frat house sink trap.
Old Remy just jam-packed with useful facts like that.
Got any useful facts about the tower? It went dark and I want to go up for a look around.
You help Remy? Could be Remy help you.
What have you got in mind?
Remy take care of the gator pit here at Chief Roadsides. Right now, it's time to feed old Jumper.
Doesn't ring a bell.
He's a star attraction here. Big old gator.
Draws fans from yards around, does he?
Careful, Cher. Jumper here you might hurt his feelings, yeah?
What does Jumper eat?
Big old Jumper. He can't resist a tasty chicken in a diaper. Pick up what we need from the fun and fuel.
What's so appealing about chicken in a diaper?
Looks like a chubby little infant to that old gator. Gets him hungry every time.
Back soon.
Interesting what you turned up about Mr. Kern's lady friend. Not sure how you got it, but I think Ozzy and I will talk it over with Miss Gray ASAP.
Throw a few information crumbs my way in return, if you can.
That's not how I operate, Miss Teague.
That's too bad.
So I was reading your blog. You picked up some interesting tidbits about our little town.
I do what I can to keep it fresh.
Uncle Dad, that's my cousin. Family reunions are an absolute freak show.
Does that make him Mr. Cousin Uncle Dad?
Good to see you got your boy Bellet on a tight leash.
Can you say the same about the blogger girl?
We've got an ace in the hole waiting for her. Don't sweat it.
Remy bet you didn't know a baby uses 6,000 diapers in the first two. Oh, hey, Cher.
I'm not laughing.
Remy just want to bring a little sunshine and happiness into your life.
Shame how the grimdark sad about this place just eclipses it all.
Don't be grumpy, Cher. Let Remy show you feeding time with old Jumper.
You promised useful information for my help.
Right. Remy deliver on a promise. Cops got the teepee tower closed off. Took fuse for the lights. Old Jim Larman got a spare if you want to look at the crime scene.
Where's Larman now?
Remy bet you find him in Rabbit's Run, Cher. The big palmetto maze. Keeps his supplies out there. Now, Jumper?
Might as well.
Remy bet you don't know what drove old Gallant into the swamps all those years ago. Big old gator named Merle mistook Gallant's wee baby for a diaper chick. Gator got away off into yonder swamp. Gallant? He ain't been right since.
Kern's not the story. His girlfriend's not news either.
Chickens don't make very good house pets.
Sure, make jokes while developers rip my swamp apart to build Golden Cypress.
I'm listening.
Those crazy weists, the movie people, even the town politicos, they're all in on a new development that's going to destroy my home.
I write for Fan Rage. We cover celebrity gossip, not local environmental issues.
Maybe it's time to broaden your horizons.
Maybe one day, when you're my boss and not the king of crazy swampers.
Crazy? Possibly. Wrong? No way in hell.
I'll think about that.
I hope you do.
Did you ever find the gator that ate your baby?
Ate my boy. Took my wife's arm. Big albino bastard named Merle. No, ain't caught him.
Have you given up the hunt?
Never.
He's been about as helpful as dentures on a doll. Time to make the clickbait. The hits just keep coming.
Keeping busy tonight, eh?
Ever dream bigger than Cypress Knee? Is this all you want from life? Cleaning up after screaming kids and griping tourists?
Oh, I dreamed big once. Went further. Drugs and bad choices brought me back. I guess this is penance.
Nothing says redemption like a fuse in my greedy little hand.
Hey, now look, I doubt the cops want civvies stomping around up there.
I'm wearing my quiet boots.
Oh, what the hell? Just don't tell them I gave it to you. I don't want to lose what little I've got here.
That's more like it.
Okay. You take care up there. Long way to fall if you trip. Wait, what are you doing here? Once again, breaking the rules. Bites me right on the ass.
So who cleans up the mess when the janitor's bleeding out?
You shouldn't be snooping around here, Miss T.
Jim Larman's been stabbed. He's in the maze. The suspect ran this way. Same person probably killed Tad Kern.
If we catch him, maybe he'll turn evidence against Miss Gray here.
You've got it all wrong. I didn't do anything. I'd never hurt Tag. I'm still here.
By someone's best efforts.
Deputy Chief, he saved me. Oh my god.
I'm not letting that lunatic get away with it. Making a dangerous choice here. Don't know what's waiting up top. Danger's not my middle name. It's not even my nickname. Starting to think it could be my address. Or maybe just a favorite vacation spot. Hope I live long enough to make another post. Up we go.
Persistence must be in the blood.
Who are you?
Everything I've done has been for the good of the Church of Us.
How does killing Kern and Larman help your goddamn church?
The church held a significant insurance policy on Mr. Kern's life. Suicide would nullify it. Murder, on the other hand, means millions. We owe you so much for helping bring this crime to light.
You used me to fatten the church coffers?
Like, I'll be happy to.
Share the wealth. Turn our corporate town into a dynamic engine of modern commerce.
Only if we can keep our dealings well concealed.
Have a little faith, Eula. The church won't let us down.
It's not the church I'm worried about. Romana T could...
Wreck it all if you want, but that'd be a mistake. The church can make you rich. We can be a powerful ally and a devoted friend.
I've seen what the church does to its friends. All in the name of greed.
Greed? You graduated from the kiddie pool. You're swimming in the big blue sea, and it's not...
All bet. All of them. And if we can't stop their schemes, we'll lose Cypress Swamp.
They'll obliterate our sacred tribal lands.
We can't do this all on our own. Between the crazed cult fanatics and dirty politicians, we're totally outgunned.
The spirits won't abide this madness. And that blogger girl can help us. She's just got to...
Get your mind right. We're so much closer than you think, Romana. Let me help you. Let me try to make up for all the lost years.
I think your brain's overheating, old man.
Casey Gaddis got it all wrong 20 years ago. Boyd Conover's not your father. I never loved your mother. But she pleased me, and she proved useful in getting Conover out of my way.
Why would Mom lie to me all this time?
Shame, I expect. The burden of a troubled conscience. I'm not.
You need to face the consequences of your actions.
Just remember, little girl, immortality is the only option.
What am I supposed to do with a bullshit revelation followed by a suicide jump? So much blood on his hands, and it goes back years. He used me to get what he wanted, just like he used Casey Gaddis. His blood looks like an oil slick from up here. Immortality is the only option. I've heard that bit of Weist gibberish before. If I drop a penny from up here, will it bounce off Cordray's forehead? Maybe I can land it in his mouth.
Rutledge bet you didn't know neutering a ferret too young causes him to get cancer. So I say snip all the ferret babies. Right, Jumper? Jumper? Shit, not again.
Meanwhile, at the Cypress Mead Town Morgue, doctors examine the body of Tag Kern.
That's odd. Tag Kern never got an appendectomy, according to his records. Yet here's a scar.
Huh. Remember Ray Joe Swayhill? He got an emergency appendectomy a few years back.
Oh, yeah, right. So?
He won a Tag Kern look-alike contest at the Founders Day Festival back in 1997.
Wait, so everyone's freaking out about the wrong dead guy?
Might be worse than that. Ray Joe's brother Jack is in drawer 3. Ozzy Clendenning called it in as an accidental death.
So where's the real Tag Kern?
The Prologue Theater thanks you for providing an excellent performance of Knee Deep, Act 1, Wonderland. Remember where you're sitting and come back for Act 2, Festival. The end. For now.